Hi there, it's Amanda on the balcony in Goa in the rain. We thought monsoon had ended, and it kind of has, but we just had a thunderstorm today, which is cool. And today I thought I'd come on and let you know where we're at, what's going on for us, and what our latest news and updates are. Because things are changing quite a lot here and feeling a little different for us, and we wanted just to let you know what's going on. So a few weeks ago, we did a free taster course on Facebook, and many of you came on and took a little sample and really enjoyed it. Thanks so much for those of you who did. And it was really lovely, and we really enjoyed it. And David had been teaching Soma Breathe courses for quite a while, and he was going to carry on, and he put out another course, a 4-week course, but we really didn't get any sign-ups or much uptake. Apart from the last day, a couple of people showed interest, but by then we'd been thinking, this isn't feeling quite the same anymore. This is we're not feeling 100% with this. We're not getting a big yes. And so we withdrew from that and took a step back and thought, let's just sort of stop for a moment and ask ourselves, what are we doing and why are we doing it? And what we realized was we were going online to teach because we'd fallen into that habit because of the way things are with the whole COVID situation, if you like. But it wasn't really what we wanted to do ultimately. It wasn't where the major passion was, which probably reflected in the fact that we didn't really get any sign-ups for the course, which is fine. So we thought, right, let's take a pause. Let's put the brakes on for a moment, which is what we're doing right now. And so we're not teaching regular courses or anything, actually, workshops or the teacher training. We're not teaching any of that at the moment. We've put a pause on everything. And then at a similar time, the situation here changed in terms of our visas. So we've been on a tourist visa as we came here for just 5 months originally. And because of the situation in the world, the Indian government have been giving us a free pass to stay. So we've been up until the 30th of September, we could keep extending our stay on an expired visa for completely free. And then they decided that 30th of September was the end date and that we had to either leave or apply for an extension on a paid basis. This is what the official documentation was saying. And because things are still up in the air in most places, we were like, well, let's stay here if we can on a paid basis, because it doesn't make a lot of sense to go back to the UK at this time when everything's still a little bit unknown. So, and also we're in this pause kind of moment. So we've put an application in and it's under process, and it has been for quite some time, because as you can imagine, or you might imagine, thousands of foreigners are in the same situation as us, and they're all putting applications in. So all the government offices are getting inundated with online applications, and there's lots of different responses to those because everybody's in a slightly different situation or has a slightly different visa and so on. So that's all on hold and up in the air and really unknown. And then on the other hand, what happened was we were told that the place that we're living in, the guy who has this place, who's over in Germany, decided he's going to come back, and we had like 2 weeks to leave. And we checked inside. It's what we do. We kind of go silent. We don't respond. We just go inside and we check in. What do we feel about this? And it just felt like, let's do nothing for a moment. And lo and behold, a few days later, the next response was, he's delayed his trip, and therefore we can have it until the 12th of November. So today's the 12th of October. We now have a calendar month to work out what we're doing. And so we're still at this kind of pause where we don't know what we're going to be doing. We don't know what we're going to be offering. And we don't know what it will look like. Now, even though we're on that pause in terms of we're not producing things to put out to the public, we are still here, and we are still happy to take requests from people. Not that we'll always say yes to everything, but somebody's reached out to us that they're interested in a teacher training, and we're looking at, well, we can do a one-to-one situation and tailor that towards you if you want to do it sooner rather than later. And so we don't feel the need to try and gather lots of other people and make it a group thing, because we have the time and the space to offer that here. So we are open still to people contacting us and saying, hey, this is what I'm interested in, I'd love for this, I'd love for that. We'd love to hear from you if you're interested in the work that we do, because that may help us to decide how we want to move forwards. So in the next few weeks, I don't even know if it'll be weeks, days, weeks, months, who knows in this situation. But we are moving towards figuring out how we want to be seen next in the world. We've gone through lots of incarnations already. Some of you may have been with us long enough to remember that we started out as Nia Yorkshire, and David and I were dance movement teachers, teaching Nia, licensed to teach Nia. We trained up to our black belt in Nia, and we did lots of cool things in Yorkshire. With lots of various different groups, elderly groups, senior groups, learning disability groups, and so on. And then our sort of how we showed up in the world changed when we trained in aerial yoga, and we added that as a kind of string to the bow, so to speak. And we were aerial yoga leads for a long time. And we offered lots of different aerial yoga workshops and classes. And again, some of you came on board at that time and didn't particularly know us as Nia Yorkshire, but joined at that point. Sorry, I've got sweating. It's raining, but it's really hot still. And then shortly after the aerial, well, say 3 or 4 years into teaching the aerial yoga, then we discovered somatics. And that became more of a flavour to what we taught. And after leaving Leeds in 2017, somatics became more dominant in our teaching. And we didn't have a regular aerial yoga studio anyway at that point. And we'd stepped back from being licensed with Nia. So things took more of a somatic flavour. And that's where we've been at for a while, especially over here in Goa. And so we're just taking a pause to ask ourselves, are we still Radiant Star Yoga? Is that who we are? What do we teach? Because it's not just straight Hana somatics. It really isn't. We've grown, we've evolved, we've changed. And with David's Soma Breathe work and something else that he's working on, like somatic centering and other elements that come up. My background of 11 years in Raj Yoga meditation has really started to play more into the work that we do, to have that inner focus. So that's where we're at. We're looking at where we've been, what we've done, and where we're going next, and what kind of shape and pattern it will take, what it will look like, how we will offer what we do. And we'd love to hear from you. So thanks for being still on the video if you're still watching. I know it's a long one today. Thanks for continuing to watch. Thanks for continuing to support us on the journey and be part of our community. We really do love connecting up with you all and linking with you all, no matter where you are in the world. We'd love to hear from you, so either leave us a message underneath this video, or you can email us for a more private communication. We'd love to hear what you enjoy about our work and what you'd like to see going forward. We're not making any promises, we're just collecting information. And we wish you well in whatever you're doing in your October. However, whether you're changing seasons going into winter, or if you're changing seasons coming out of a winter going more into spring, summer, wherever you are in the world, or if you're somewhere like us where it's always just warm and you're just coming out of wet going into dry. Have a great October. Lots and lots of love to you, and we hope to see you in the next video.